Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Dinkar and I welcome you all in this session. I hope everybody is doing great, feeling healthy and fine. Once again, welcome to our session on Saturday that we are taking for basic concept series with all of you of RBI Grade B examination. Here we are discussing the concept building for ESI. We are discussing the concept building for finance. We are discussing the concept building for management. All these things we are discussing in this session, and every Saturday we are taking this session. So this is especially for building your conceptual series so that if you have anything or if you have any kind of conceptual issue related to any topic, either in ESI, either in finance, either in management, that can be tackled out, because nobody here is running this free series for any of you. Every Saturday we are taking one topic, one from either ESI, one from either management or finance. So in this whole systematic way we are doing this session. Okay, so all of you will be benefiting by these free session, because we think that everybody should have a fair understanding of the basic concepts. Then only you can learn some kind of technical and advanced concept in these all subjects. So once again, welcome to the session and have a good evening to all of you. And let's start with our session right away. So before starting the session, if I may I know how many people are there in the session, they can just repost to me in the chat box. So I so that I will know you are there in the session. You can just say hi, hello, or good evening to me over here. Okay, so we can just simply start off with our session right away. Okay, so this is RBI Grade B concept building series on ESI, finance, and management. This is all live batches. We are pledging for success with commitment, consistency. At the last, we all will celebrate together. So this whole session will be covering the live video batches, comprehensive coverage of the syllabus in a proper way, whatever is the RBI syllabus that we all will be covering over there. Doubt clearing by the expert, because I am here, so I'll be clearing all of your doubts, and preparation guidance in between. I keep on providing the preparation guidance always. And since you are in Oliveboard, that means you can just be of guarantee that it is totally an exam center study. Here we are nothing doing anything which is out of any scope. Okay, so today is the ESI fourth session. Okay, so ESI fourth session is here. We have discussed finance three session, we have discussed management three session. So fourth session of ESI is there. So in the next Saturday we'll be doing finance fourth session, and in the next to next Saturday we'll be doing management fourth session. Okay, so right now with today's lecture, total 10 lectures will be there for all of you. So okay, today we'll be discussing about the monetary policy, what is all our monetary policy is all about. Okay, so monetary policy, so this is whenever you switch on to the website of RBI. So if you click on the right left hand side of a tab, if you just click over here, automatically some policy rates will be dropped down. Okay, some policy rates will be dropped down. So this is RBI website. So here policy rate will be written, policy repo rates, standard deposit facility, margin standing facility is there, right? Then you have bank rate is there, then fixed deposit, reverse repo rate is there. Okay, so this is how you see RBI normally website. So we all will be discussing what all these rates are and whenever all these rates are invoked. Okay, when these are all the rates are being utilized. Okay, so monetary policy is whenever we are talking about is the monetary policy in which monetary authority of the country. Okay, whosoever monetary authority, it can be your RBI, it can be any central bank, or anybody can be there. Okay, so those who control the interest in the economy, interest rate in the economy, and also they will be given the target of controlling the money supply in the country, and they will be also given the target to control the inflation in the country. Okay, so that is why this all have a work of interest rate, price stability, and also to generate the trust among the people of the country, right? So RBI, we have already known that RBI has been vested with all this power of controlling the money supply, controlling the inflation, and maintaining the monetary stability in the country. And earlier the private earlier this RBI was a private bank in 1934, but later it has been taken over by the country. And then earlier the headquarter of the RBI was in Kolkata, but later it has been shifted to Mumbai. So all the rules and regulations are being done based on the RBI of India Act. Okay, so RBI Bank Act is the major act through which all the major function RBI do. Okay, that is under Reserve Bank of India Act of 1934. So many rules and regulations are written over there. If RBI has to take any kind of decision or anything based on these RBI Act, RBI takes this decision. Hello, Deepika. Welcome to the session. Okay, so how many types of monetary policies are there? There are two type of monetary policy in our country: expansionary and contractionary. Expansionary means we wanted to expand the market, we wanted to increase the money supply in the market. Okay, contractionary means we wanted to decrease the money supply in the market. Okay, so how we do expansionary? Expansionary policy means we have enough money, we have to put enough money in the market. How we can do enough money? If we lower the interest rate, हम जब lower interest rate करते हैं तो लोग ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोन लेते हैं, right? Okay, so whenever expansionary monetary policy comes, automatically it led to the lower unemployment, क्योंकि लोगों को और ज्यादा काम मिलेगा, कंपनियां बढ़ेंगी, पैसा रहेगा, ठीक है, इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ होगी, बट इससे हायर इन्फ्लेशन भी होता है. Okay, then contractionary is just opposite. Contractionary is opposite. Whenever there is too much of money is in the market and there is too much high inflation in the market, so RBI utilizes some kind of measure to reduce the money supply in the market. Okay, first of all, the major thing what RBI is do is they make interest rate higher. अगर आपको ज्यादा ब्याज पे कोई पैसा देगा तो आप कोशिश करोगे कि वो पैसा आप ना लो, राइट? So whenever RBI charging higher interest rate, similarly bank will charge higher interest rate to their consumers. Okay, so similarly this will have a cascading effect. Okay, so this is how the main thing is that interest rate ups and down keeps on doing for the expansionary and contractionary policy, right? So this is how whenever RBI wanted to control the money supply, whenever the RBI wanted to lower the inflation, RBI utilizes contractionary policy, and whenever RBI wanted to increase the money supply, increase economic development, so RBI utilizes expansionary monetary policy. Okay. Now, objective of the monetary policy. Objective of monetary policy is, we have already discussed earlier, is that first of all we wanted to check the unemployment. Okay, first of all we note that we have to check the inflation rate is there, right? Proper currency exchange is going on properly or not, proper regulation of the money supply, okay, short term interest rate, and also to minimize the rate of unemployment. So this is all the work of the monetary policy. ये सब पांचों चीजें वो देखता है, and this all can be done by stabilizing if we are able to properly do this, if we are able to properly do this, then we will be having a good price stability, and that is the major objective of the inflation and of the monetary policy. Okay, right? Fine. So now in India we have been following the flexible inflation target. Okay, so flexible inflation target, we know that we have set from 2 to 6% we have to be in the range, right? Or more properly, we have to be kept at a 4% range. Okay, so this is the range that we have to be under the inflation target of the consumer price index. Okay, so if anybody, anytime if the inflation goes above 6%, then RBI has to take some kind of measures. Okay, so this is how our inflexible inflation targets keeps on going on. Then what is the monetary policy process in our country? Like how this whole works goes. What happens? So we know that in India we have the flexible inflation target. Okay. So flexible inflation target is that somebody is fixing that target, right? Somebody is fixing that target कि हमें करना क्या है, कितना रखना है, right? So the framework, monetary policy framework aims to setting the policy rate. ओके, रेपो रेट को पॉलिसी रेट भी बोला जाता है, ठीक है, मतलब ये मेजर रेट होता है. पॉलिसी रेट, जब भी हम पॉलिसी रेट बोले इसका मतलब समझ लो रेपो रेट ही होता है, ठीक है. सो रेपो रेट गोज अप एंड रेपो रेट गोज डाउन बेस्ड ऑन द मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक सिचुएशन दैट इज गोइंग. लाइक इफ यू हैव हायर इन्फ्लेशन, इफ यू हैव हायर इन्फ्लेशन, इसका मतलब है कि मनी सप्लाई बहुत ज्यादा है मार्केट में, इन्फ्लेशन ज्यादा है, तो रेपो रेट इंक्रीज कर दिया जाता है. रेपो रेट इंक्रीज कर दिया जाता है. उससे ये होता है कि आरबीआई जो होता है आपको महंगे इंटरेस्ट पे अब पैसा देगा. ओके, महंगे इंटरेस्ट पे अब आपको पैसा देगा, राइट? और whenever you have whenever you have lower inflation, okay, RBI decreases repo rate. RBI decreases, okay, आरबीआई डिक्रीजेस रेपो रेट क्योंकि आपको सस्ते में लोन देगा। ओके, पहले अब जैसे अगर इन्फ्लेशन हाई चल रहा है, ठीक है, वो कह रहा है अरे महंगाई महंगाई बहुत, मतलब महंगाई बढ़ती जा रही है तो इंटरेस्ट बढ़ा दो। इंटरेस्ट बढ़ा दो मतलब आरबीआई अब बैंक को पैसा महंगे में देगा। अब बैंक को महंगे में मिलेगा, इसका मतलब ये है कि बैंक वाले कंज्यूमर से भी ज्यादा मतलब महंगा इंटरेस्ट चार्ज करेंगे, राइट। तो इससे क्या होगा, देयर विल बी शॉर्ट सप्लाई ऑफ द मनी, right? But if there is less money in the market and RBI wanted that the people, the growth should happen, the factory should run, so RBI will reduce the repo rate। मतलब वो नॉर्मल इंटरेस्ट रेट को कम कर देगा। इंटरेस्ट रेट का मतलब कम कर देगा कि पहले अगर वो 6% चार्ज कर रहा था तो इट विल डू 5%। मतलब पहले अगर आपने 1 लाख रुपए आरबीआई से लिया है तो आपको बाद में 1,06,000 देना था, ठीक है, आरबीआई को। लेकिन अब आपने अगर 1 लाख लिया है तो देन यू हैव टू गिव ओनली 1,05,000। सो विद दिस द बूस्ट ऑफ द इकोनॉमी विल हैपन, ठीक है। So I hope both of you, those who are here in the session, they have got what is the concept of repo rate. In the forward, it will be coming. Okay. So monetary policy is like whenever the repo rate is announced, the main task is that we wanted to keep it around weighted average call rate. Okay. So weighted or average call rate is like average call rate is like the interest rate where we take the weighted average of all the interest rate, and we wanted to keep the repo rate nearby that only. Okay. So in our country, we have devised a mechanism for setting this repo rate. Okay, for setting this repo rate. So in our country, we have monetary policy committee that has been set up, that we call it as MPC. MPC जिसको हम कहते हैं, MPC is having 6 members. Okay, MPC have 6 members, and this committee is being constituted by central government. That committee has been tasked for maintaining the price stability by maintaining the interest rate and the inflation in the economy. Okay, so these are the people who are there in the monetary policy committee. Governor is always there, then deputy governor will be also there, then one officer of the RBI will be there. So 3 people from the RBI itself will be there. Then one person, Shashank Bhinde, he is a senior advisor at National Counter for Applied Economic Research is there. He is also a member. Then Ashima Goyal is there. She is a professor at Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research in Mumbai. She is a member. And Jayant Verma, okay, as a professor of IIMs Ahmedabad. Okay, so near the deputy governor and our one officer, these are the Michelle Debrata Patra and Dr. Rajiv Ranjan are there. Okay, so total 6 members are there in the monetary policy committee, and based on their voting, we decided how much interest rate we have to keep, repo rate, how much we have to keep. Okay, so this monetary policy committee has to meet 4 times a year in order to find out the macroeconomic situation in the country। तो अपने देश में जो macroeconomic situation होती है, मैक्रोइकोनॉमिक सिचुएशन होती है कि वेदर महंगाई बढ़ रहा है या महंगाई कम हो रहा है, तो बेस्ड ऑन दैट दे हैव टू कीप ऑन चेकिंग कि वेदर वी हैव टू कीप द रेट्स हाई, वेदर वी हैव टू कीप द रेट्स डाउन। ओके, सम पीपल आल्सो आस्क मी, सर व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ बेसिस पॉइंट, राइट? Basis point, right? So whenever they say that repo rate has been increased by 100 basis point, 100 basis points mean it is 1%. Okay, if they say 50 basis point, it means 0.5%. Okay, so this is the concept of basis point. So whenever they declare that the repo rates is getting increased or decreased, so they always talk in the form of basis point. Ki the repo rate has been increased by 50 basis point or 75 basis point or 100 basis point, or they decide anything on that, each member has a vote. Okay, so this vote has to be governed whenever they are taking any decision. But sometimes what happens is that 3-3 voting happens, 3 people are for the motion, 3 people are against the motion. Then what will happen? Then the second casting vote is in the hand of the governor. Okay, then the second casting vote is in the hand of the governor. So that means governor is having 2 votes in their hand. Okay, and governor can only utilize the second vote whenever you have a any kind of tie that is happening. Okay, so whenever this monetary policy committee meets, so Reserve Bank always have to provide to the government a document Like, what is the source of inflation? If RBI is not able to tackle the inflation, then RBI has to give a report to the government from where this inflation is happening. Then RBI will also give, like, within 6 to 18 months, what is the forecast. Okay. And this monetary policy committee will only decide the policy rate, or we call it as repo rates. Okay, that how we are going to change the repo rates in order to have our inflation target. Inflation targeting is what? 2 to 6% we have to keep. Inflation between 2 to 6% we have to keep. Okay, so this monetary policy committee, which is heading by 6 people, is assisted by, इनको हेल्प करने के लिए मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी डिपार्टमेंट भी होता है, जो सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स एंड एवरीथिंग प्रिपेयर करता है इस मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी के लिए। मतलब उसमें ऑफिसर्स होते हैं और इसमें ये मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी के बड़े लोग इसमें मिलते हैं और ये लोग बात करते हैं, राइट। देन देयर इज ऑल्सो वन डिपार्टमेंट दैट इज कॉल्ड फाइनेंशियल मार्केट ऑपरेशन डिपार्टमेंट, FMOD। इनका मेन, दे हैव द मेन वर्क ऑफ डे टू डे लिक्विडिटी मैनेज करना, in order to maintain the day-to-day liquidity, and whatever the decision that has been taken by the monetary policy committee, they will be operationalizing the policy. Okay, right? So financial market committee, they meet daily and they check the review condition, like what is the lending rate, how much is the lending rate, when we have to change the lending rate, and based on the repo rates. Okay, so all these three departments work all together and support the monetary policy committee. Okay, now comes the various goals of our monetary policy. So there are various goals of our monetary policy. First of all, the main task is that credit control. पैसा ना ज्यादा होना चाहिए ना कम होना चाहिए, एक ऑप्टिमम लेवल पे होना चाहिए। ज्यादा होगा इफ मोर मनी, देन इन्फ्लेशन। if less money, then deflation. So we need optimum money based on our economy. Okay, based on the economy we should have optimum money. So there are various type of tools which are utilized by RBI in order to control the money, and sometimes RBI utilizes some important measure to punish the bank if they are not following their guidelines and rules. ठीक है, so there are two type of things, क्वांटिटेटिव कंट्रोल एंड क्वालिटेटिव। क्वांटिटेटिव मतलब जैसे यहाँ पे बोलते हैं क्वांटिटी, मतलब किसी चीज की क्वांटिटी कम या ज्यादा करना, and qualitative means you can ask somebody to have some kind of quality work. Okay, here we are not talking the people should do some like ups and down, but quality you can convert, and that quality will help you in the future. Okay, so we'll be discussing each and everything now separately, right? So first of all is bank rate. Bank rate is simply like a rate through which central bank gives the loan to the commercial bank. Okay, this is the main rate, bank rate. इस रेट पे सेंट्रल बैंक कमर्शियल बैंक को लोन देता है whenever commercial bank is in need of the money. Okay, whenever they have in need in the money, and so the RBI use the bank rate to control the credit in the economy. Okay, so this is called as a minimum rate. Minimum rate. Okay, this minimum rate we also called as a discount rate. This is also called as discount rate because commercial bank gets the money from the RBI by rediscounting the bills. Okay. Then RBI also utilizes CRR, cash reserve ratio. आपने देखा होगा कैश रिजर्व रेशियो के बारे में, राइट? CRR or SLR. RBI says that whatever the deposit that is coming in the bank simply cannot give all the things as a loan. No, because if the banks keep on giving everything that has been deposited in the bank, then bank will not have day-to-day operation. Like if I have 100 rupees, if I am a bank, I get 100 rupees. This is a business. I give this 100 rupees to the business, right? So if someday one depositor came to me and say that, okay, I need to borrow some 50 rupees from the bank. So from where I will get the money? So RBI has kept some kind of restriction. One restriction is keeping cash reserve ratio. RBI says that if you have whatever money you are having, you have 1,000 crore, 10,000 crore, or 1 lakh crore, whatever money you have, out of that 4% of that whole money, okay, 4% of that net demand and time liability, NDTL we call it as. That is 4 times of your 4% of your NDTL you have to keep separately with the RBI. Okay, okay, in the form of cash, in the form of cash, and RBI will not give you any interest on that. Okay, RBI will never give you any interest on that. Yes, Atin, that was I think the recent figure 4.5. Okay, so we have just taken so this figure keeps on changing. Okay, so this is just an example. Okay, so just treat this as an example. Do not take it whatever the percentage I'm going to show over here, do not take it seriously. Okay, percentage, just leave it. So this is cash reserve ratio. Here RBI will not give interest on that, and they will keep 4% of that. Now come SLR, statutory liquidity ratio. Okay. Here RBI says that at least 20% of your NDTL you have to keep with us in the form of either gold, cash, or government securities. Okay. Either in the form of government securities, maybe bonds, cash, or gold, right? Here RBI gives interest. Here RBI gives interest on that. So normally nobody keeps the gold. Nobody keeps the gold, because in the gold, what interest you will give? So always they keep some kind of cash or government bonds, right? So if 1000 is being deposited, so 20% SLR, that means 200 rupees. Okay, so CRR, if we take 4%, and SLR, if we take 20%, then total how much it is going to be? We have 40 rupees over here and 200 rupees over here. So 240 rupees that will be out of 1000 rupees. Okay. So what? How much money has been left? 760 rupees has been left for lending. For lending, but there are some more restrictions are there for lending purposes. Okay. Now comes the another feature, liquidity adjustment facility, LAF. Okay, liquidity adjustment facility. Here only your repo and reverse repo come. Okay, so here the concept of LAF is done using repo rate and reverse repo rate, right? So if bank is having any short of money for a day to day, if there is any kind of day to day fluctuation that is happening, if any day to day fluctuation has happened, like आज लेना है, आज हमारे पास कम है पैसा, okay, so for that bank can utilize this window, liquidity adjustment facility. बाकी और सब चीजों के लिए तो बैंक रेट है, और सब चीजों के लिए बैंक रेट है, लेकिन if any bank wanted the money for day to day fluctuation in the liquidity, they can go to RBI and they can take the money under the liquidity adjustment facility window under repo rates. Okay, so repo rates will be little bit higher because this is an emergency. Okay, so RBI extend this LAF facility only to the commercial banks, only to the commercial banks. So what LAF will do, we will be coming to do. Okay, so here it comes. The operation of LAF is conducted in two ways, in the repo version and the reverse repo version. Repo means repurchase agreement. Repo means repurchase. Repo, repurchase agreement. Okay, so the rate at which RBI lends, मतलब जब RBI बैंक को पैसा देगा तो वो रेपो रेट पे देगा. Okay, for repo rate. Okay, so and reverse repo is like when bank park their excess money with RBI, that is called reverse repo. That is called reverse repo rate. Okay, so repo rate injects the money into the system, क्योंकि आरबीआई से बैंक पैसा ले रहा है तो पैसा ज्यादा आएगा बैंक के पास. और रिवर्स रेपो में क्या होगा कि बैंक अपना पैसा एक्स्ट्रा आरबीआई को डिपॉजिट कर रहा है, तो एक्स्ट्रा पैसा मार्केट से हट रहा है, तो रिवर्स रेपो विल टेक द मनी आउट ऑफ द सिस्टम. हैज एवरीबडी गॉट दिस? डिड एवरीबडी गॉट दिस? I think a lot of people are there, they can just simply say to me that you are understanding and everything is going fine. Okay, fine. Just let me have. Okay, so now there is a image for that, for a repo rate. Now commercial bank wanted money, इस बैंक को पैसे चाहिए, money. तो this commercial bank is having government securities, bonds है, ठीक है. So what commercial bank will do? Commercial bank will say, take my government security and give me some money. Okay, bank then central bank will give the money. So this is RBI. Okay, so this is on the day one, and the next day itself only the bank will take away its government security and commercial bank will return the money that has been taken from the bank as a loan plus repo interest rate. Okay, so जैसे अगर 1 लाख रुपए हमको चाहिए था आरबीआई से, तो हमने आरबीआई को अपने बॉन्ड दे दिए, 1 लाख रुपए के बॉन्ड दे दिए, और आरबीआई हैज गिवन मी 1 लाख रुपीज. ओके, ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम रेपो रेट वाज 4%. 4%. So on the next day, I will take away my bond. I will keep my bond with myself and I will give back RBI how much? 1,04,000 rupees. Okay. As example, you have got. I hope you all have got the example. One more time, I am saying, day one, commercial bank need 1 lakh rupees. So need of rupees 1 lakh. Okay, this commercial bank is having government security. So government security the bank has given to central bank. Okay, central bank has given rupees 1 lakh to this bank. Okay, on the first day. So now the central bank is having government security of that commercial bank and commercial bank is having 1 lakh rupees. The next day only, the bank will return back the 1 lakh rupees plus repo interest rate. It is 4%. Then extra 4,000 will be given to the RBI. So RBI get 1 lakh 4,000 back next day itself, and the government security will be returned to the bank. Okay, this is how the transaction happens. Okay, now reverse repo is just an opposite. Just an opposite. Here commercial bank is having excess money. एक्सेस मनी, ज्यादा पैसा है उनके पास, ठीक है, तो वो एक्सेस पैसा दे विल कीप विद आरबीआई. Excess money they will keep with the RBI and they will buy the government securities from the RBI. Okay, next day what bank will do? The next day the commercial bank will give back again the government security and reserve bank will pay the amount plus the reverse repo interest to the bank. So if bank wanted to earn the money, they can do 1 day operation with RBI and they can earn the money. Okay, they can earn the money using 1 day operation. Okay, so I hope everybody got that. Always repo rates are always higher than reverse repo rate. Reverse repo rate. Okay, right? Now comes the concept of marginal standing facility, MSF. Okay, so marginal standing facility has been announced by the RBI in 2011 and 12. Okay, so the main thing is that RBI wanted to penalize the bank. Like right now the bank is having liquidity adjustment facility window, but there is certain limit on that. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कुछ भी बोरो कर सकते हो आरबीआई से. You cannot simply borrow anything from the RBI. But even after that, you have taken all your money of the LAF quota and still you want some more money, then RBI will give that money under the marginal standing facility. And there they will charge the penal interest rate that will be higher than your repo rates. Okay. So this will be penal rate and this will be always fixed higher percent, minimum amount 5 crore in any bank. But if you are going for marginal standing facility, then you have to give the repo rate plus extra some interest rate, plus some extra interest rate. Okay, so here some kind of penal interest rates are there. Okay, then come market stabilization scheme. What is the meaning of market stabilization? So because sometimes RBI thinks that there is too much of liquidity in the market, too much of liquidity in the market. So what RBI will do? RBI starts selling the government securities. RBI will start selling the government securities, and by selling the government security, RBI will inject the extra money. RBI will withdraw the extra money. So not inject. RBI will withdraw the extra money from the market. Okay, by selling the government security. क्या है? This is RBI. This is bank. Okay, banks are having excess money. Okay, excess money. So what RBI will do? RBI will sell the government securities. So bank will have government securities and excess money will be having with the RBI. Okay, so this is how RBI takes the money extra from the market. Okay, so whenever there is a very high liquidity in the market, this market stabilization bond will be sold. Okay, market stabilization bond will be sold. Okay, so these are the tools: reserve ratios, CRR, SLR, open market operations are being done, bank rate is there, repo rate is there, reverse repo rate is there, margin facility is there. So when it is going to be high, when it is going to be lower, these are all the things that are over here. Okay, now quantitative tools are over. How we are controlling the quantity. Now qualitative method, qualitative, how we can increase the quality of the things are there. So there are various ways: fixation of the margin requirement, credit rationing, regulation of consumer credit, then control through directives, moral suasion, publicity, direct action. Okay, so this is how RBI also does and make sure that bank follow all the rules and procedure in a proper way. Okay, the bank should not indulge in various type of unnecessary activities. Okay, just 1 minute, I have a little bit cold. Okay, so the first one is fixing the margin requirement. That means if you wanted a loan from the bank, you went to the bank and you said I need 1 lakh of loan. Okay, so all this 1 lakh will not be financed by the bank. Okay, only a part of this will be financed. Okay, they will say, okay, we will give you 50,000, you put your own 50,000. Okay, 50,000 own, and we will give you 50,000. So what will happen? In this way, only the reputed customers, only the genuine customer will come and take the loan from the RBI. And at the same time, the money will be also saved. So the main thing is that we wanted to discourage it from other unnecessary sectors. Okay, right? So if RBI feels that more credit supply should be given to any sector, like if we say that we have to give more credit supply to MSME sector, so RBI will say, okay, earlier we are only giving 50% of the loan to that sector, now start increasing to 90%. मतलब अब आप लोन लेने जाओगे तो वो आपको 90,000 दे देगा, 1 लाख अगर लेने जाओगे 10,000 you have to give on your own. Okay, so this is how RBI keeps qualitative control, like fixing margin requirement. Okay, then comes consumer credit regulation. Now there, you know that credit CIBIL score is there, right? Consumer credit regulation, CIBIL scores are there, various other things are there. So consumer credit supply is also regulated. So डाउन पेमेंट, इंस्टॉलमेंट अमाउंट, लोअर ड्यूरेशन, ऑल स्टार्टिंग में फिक्स कर दिया जाता है, एवरीथिंग. See what is your going to be the down payment, whether your down payment will be 10%, whether it is going to be 20%. If you are a very bad customer, If you are a very bad customer, they will ask you, you have to provide around 40% of your own money. But if you are a very, very good customer and during the time you have, in the earlier times, you have paid your loan money at a very proper time, so they will say you, okay, sir, you can give 20% only. Okay, we will give you 80%. But if you are a very, very bad customer, they will ask you 50% you have to pay, we will give you 50%. Okay, so this is how the fixation happens. Okay, based on the consumer credit, कि कंज्यूमर की क्या क्रेडिट है, अच्छी है, बुरी है, क्या है, ठीक है. Then come publicity. RBI keeps on giving various type of publicity. Okay, RBI always says जानकार बनिए, सतर्क भी रहिए, right? So RBI, this is also one of the very important selective credit control method. Okay, so RBI keeps on saying what is a good way, what is good way of working, what is a bad way of a system. Okay, so this is how RBI keeps on discussing in their various weekly, monthly bulletins. They RBI also keeping make the things public, like which people are making issues with the bank, which companies are making different type of loans activities, whether who is paying good amount of time. And it means it's just like that publicity are also doing on. RBI is also providing good amount of awards also to for the people who are giving and who are a good payer of that bank. Okay, so like that. Then credit rationing. What is the meaning of credit rationing? Here the central bank फिक्स द क्रेडिट अमाउंट टू बी ग्रांटेड. यहाँ पे तो सेंट्रल बैंक ही फिक्स कर देता है कि किसी सेक्टर पे आपको कितना देना है. ठीक है, लिमिटिंग द अमाउंट फॉर ईच कमर्शियल बैंक, फॉर इट इज फॉर कमर्शियल बैंक. ओके, like if commercial bank say I want 1 crore of loan, but RBI says that your credit statistics are not good, so we can only provide you with 50 lakhs of loan. It is only for the bank. From central bank, whenever central bank is giving a loan to the scheduled bank. Okay, so because of that, RBI also instruct the bank that you have to follow the proper procedure. You have to be more and more and more. You have to work in a proper rules and procedures. Okay, so this will help in lowering the bank credit exposure to the unwanted sector. Sometimes RBI says that if some MSME sector is coming, sorry, I'm just saying one thing. MSME sector is there, then we have transport sector is there. Okay, then we are saying that we have some education sector is there. Okay, so RBI says that if some MSME sector people come, then provide them 90% loan. If some transport sector comes, provide them 80% loan. If some from education sector comes, provide them 100% loan. Okay, like that RBI fixes. Okay, various type of loan categories, कि अगर ये वाले कोई लोन लेने आए तो इनको इतना परसेंट लोन दे देना, जितना भी मांगे. कोई को किसी को 100% दे देना, किसी को केवल 90% देना, ऐसे करना है. ठीक है. देन मॉरल सुएशन. हियर मॉरली वी आर क्रिएटिंग साइकोलॉजिकल इम्पैक्ट. उनको बता रहे हैं कि जैसे मीटिंग्स है, इफ वी हैव अ मीटिंग्स. ओके, बैंक्स चेयरमैन आर सिटिंग, बैंक्स डायरेक्टर्स आर सिटिंग, RBI directors are sitting, RBI governors are sitting. So all people are talking. Okay, this is a concept of moral suasion. Okay, we are exerting the pressure on them without any strict action. Without any strict action, we are only exerting the pressure on them that if you follow this procedure, your bank will be working more properly. Okay, so here central bank issue the directives, central bank issue the guidelines, suggestions to all the things. Here no strict action is being taken, only just guidance, speak cooperation, then directed by central bank, persuasion, psychological impact, qualitative tools, and various things are there. Then RBI start giving sometimes directives. Okay, sometimes RBI keeps on like giving directives like what is going to be your lending policy, आपको कैसे lending करना है, किस sector को क्या देना है, कैसे देना है, which sector you don't have to lend and how much you have to lend. So these are called directives that are being given by the RBI. Okay, then sometimes there is a direct action. Have you seen in the Financial Express? I normally read this Financial Express only. In the Financial Express report, if you go, there are various type of directive. RBI say, okay, this bank has done this bank is not following the proper lending procedure, so some kind of fine are being imposed on that bank, that you will not be able to lend for this sector and this sector. So RBI impose action on that bank. Okay, sometimes RBI refuses to rediscount their bills. RBI sometimes refuses credit supply to those banks. Okay, RBI also say that you cannot lend right now. For 1 month, you cannot lend to anybody. Okay, for 1 month, you cannot lend. For 15 days, you cannot lend. All these things. So RBI penalizes that. Okay, sometimes RBI ban the particular bank also. Banning also can also happen that RBI always does. Okay, so these are the type of qualitative method that are being run by the RBI. Okay, guys. So this is all for today. I think everybody might have enjoyed the session, and I hope everybody has understood the things also, right? So, guys, we are running our Sankranti Utsav that will be ending on 16th of January. We are providing you on RBI, SEBI, SEDBI, Nabard courses. These courses are going on, mentorship batch is going on, complete plan is going on, learn packs are there related to your RBI, related to your SEBI, SEDBI, and all. So, till 16th of January, we are providing 35% off. You have to utilize the code that is FEST. आप फेस्ट कोड यूज करेंगे एंड जैसे ही आप उसमें एंटर करेंगे देन ऑटोमेटिकली 35% ऑफ विल बी डन टू यू ओके मेक श्योर दैट इफ यू आर रियली थिंग्स दैट you are really enthusiastic to go into RBI or SEBI or SIDBI or Nabard anywhere if you wanted to go, then you need some kind of directed preparation. Otherwise, if you will, your preparation remains very haphazard. You will not be knowing what to do, how much to do, what all things you have to cover. So here we have set a complete plan for all of you. Okay, so mentorship batch here we you will be getting a dedicated mentor. Okay, dedicated mentor you will be getting over here, and 6 months of rigorous preparation we will be helping you with that. Okay, so thank you so much for joining the session, guys. It's a great evening with all of you, and thank you Yatin, thank you Deepika for joining the session, and rest other people who are there, thank you for liking the session. And once the session gets over, in the comment box of the YouTube, please provide me some of the comments also, so that we also get motivated by all the things. And if your any friends are there who is in need of this type of lecture, please share this with your friends also. Okay, so bye bye, take care, and again I will be meeting you at 9 a.m. in the morning on Monday, because I also need the rest of Sunday. Okay, so Monday I will be meeting at 9 a.m. with all of you. Okay, so bye bye, take care, and have a nice weekend to all of you. Thank you.